What's going on? It's Sheev, the Wise. Welcome back to Vader's Lair, guys. We have a lot to talk about now that Star Wars Celebration has come to a close. We're going to recap everything, even though we covered a lot of it in our last live stream. It's time to talk about all the news, though, and get a little bit more detailed with it. So let's get in the lair. It's good to be back. It's good to have you guys around. Happy Memorial Day to everybody in the States. Shout out to everybody that fights for this country and does everything they can to protect us and allow us to do stuff like this nerdy content. Much love to all the veterans and people in the service. Much love. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Is my mic sounding weird, or is that just me today? Hope you guys are doing good. I don't know what's going on with my mic. Hope you guys are doing good. So, let's recap all of this stuff with Star Wars Celebration, because there is a lot to go through. I mean, I know for a fact, me being there, it was really easy to miss stuff. So I'm sure you guys not being there, it's definitely probably even easier to miss stuff. So let's kind of go from the top. Thursday morning, the biggest kind of thing from Celebration was the Lucasfilm Showcase. And at the Lucasfilm Showcase, we got a whole lot of stuff. And a whole lot of stuff for the live action future of Star Wars, especially when it comes to Disney Plus. So we kind of got a Mando Season 3 teaser trailer, it seemed like. I'm sure a lot of you guys already found that on the trailer. It had stuff like Bo-Katan, Din Djarin, and of course Grogu. We got the new title card that's in the thumbnail. It was super dope, man. Super dope. I know for the Mando Plus panel that ended up being on Saturday, we of course had Pedro Pascal show up. They talked about Ahsoka and some of the characters that are going to be in that show. We'll touch on that here in a little bit too. But it was super cool to see all of that. It was really cool to get the Season 3 title card. Just the little bits of information that we got. Heck, I think there's even, there might have even been some Babu Frick going on. And, if you follow the spoilers and everything, which I don't want to get into it too much here, but if you do, I think there might be something that Babu Frick might be doing later on, and might be a reason why he's in this show, in this season of The Mandalorian. It's good to see everybody in the chat, though. Of course, I gotta give some big shout outs before we get too deep into this, and the first one goes to Tim, my boy. Bro, I appreciate the hell out of you, man. I wouldn't have been able to do Star Wars Celebration all 4 days if it wasn't for Tim. He hooked it up fat with his German, because he's in Germany. The 4-day tickets were not sold out for him, so the only reason I even got 4-day tickets to begin with is because of Tim. And yeah, I know, dude. Hey, I love this freaking jacket. I love this jacket. It's so sick. It's so dope. So dope. All right, keep going now. Luis Escalante, good to see you. Steve Storanka, my dude. It's good to friggin' see you, my guy. Jedi Mike, Ali Kenobi, Darth Maximus. Hey, it's good to see all you guys in the chat. Chaos. I said chaos more times this weekend than I think I've ever said it before, because as amazing Star Wars Celebration was, and it truly was amazing, it was so much chaos too. Good chaos and bad, but more good, and that's the positive thing. So we'll get into it here, but again, Babu Frick potentially going to be in Mando 3. We've heard it's going to be streaming most likely around February of 2023, and Rick Famuyiwa is going to be joining as an executive producer for the show, which before he had directed a couple of episodes, his episodes are really, really good, I think. I love all the directors for The Mandalorian, but Rick is definitely super good in this element. I love the stuff that he's done, including adding more to the background of Imperials and whatnot. So I'm excited to see Rick being a part of this as an executive producer. Glad that the mic sounds fine. I was kind of wondering. I just got all the setup. I got my stuff set up again, so I was kind of wondering if it would sound perfect still. That's the base, though. Katie Sackhoff will be reprising her role as Bo-Katan. It seems like we are really going Mandalorian heavy with Mando Season 3, and I cannot wait for that, man. So the next little thing that was a part of that, the next little big part of the Lucasfilm Showcase was the Andor trailer, and I've honestly only watched it once, so I'm down to try and bring it up for you guys if I can real quick. And watch along with you guys. Alright, I got it pulled up here. I'm gonna try to make the magic happen real quick. Okay, nice. Alright, we got this. It should work. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna turn down the music and let's get this trailer up. I'm gonna play this trailer with you guys so we can watch along together. I've only seen it once, and honestly, I've heard it's amazing. The one little watch through I didn't catch too much of it, so I want to watch it with you guys here. Let's bring it up. Window capture. No, that didn't work. Hold up. Wrong one. Andor teaser. Here we go. Did that? No. What's going on? Alright, hold on. I want to watch this trailer with you guys, so I'm pulling it up. I'm gonna pull it up. Where is it? My window capture like disappeared. Oh, I know where it is. It's because of this. No, what the heck? Okay, my bad. Total failure right here. I don't know why it's not working. My Chrome is gone to shitter. Alright, well, the Andor trailer came out, and there was a lot of little stuff with that. The Mon Mothma actress came out, and that was really cool in my opinion. We found out the dates that it's going to be streaming. If I can pull it up, I will here in a minute. But it's going to be streaming August 31st with two episodes set as the series premiere. And again, big shout out to Tim. I didn't go into full detail with that, but you know, the boy helped me out so much. My boy, my best friend out here. Wouldn't have been able to do the 4-day thing without him, and he definitely helped me out with the list that we got going on today too. So Tim, I don't know how I would run this channel without you, my dude. At this point, your boy's all over the place. But there will be a part 2 for Andor as well. It was officially confirmed by Tony Gilroy at Celebration, although he's talked about it in the past already. There was rumors there was going to be at least 5 seasons of Andor at one point, to now it's rumored to be 3 seasons at the least, or at the most maybe even. But we know for sure at the end of the year they're going to be filming for season 2 of Andor, and again, there's going to be a two episode series premiere on August 31st, and it'll be a 12 episode season as well. They're likely going to be filming for the second one in November. There was I believe poster or something that said limited series. In fact, they gave us out some posters at Celebration. It was really cool. We got a Kenobi poster, there was a Bad Batch season 2 poster, an Andor poster, a lot of cool posters. But the Andor one was really cool. And again, I think there was one that maybe said it was a limited series, but we know for a fact there's going to be a second season, as it is going to be filming this November. Where did my chat go now? There it is. That's Stubby's job. Yeah, I don't know what Stubby's doing. We got the black screen going here, but come on, Stubby. Get your stuff together, man. Oh, hold up. Stubby, I think you're working now. Failure. Let's do this. Alright, I'm gonna shrink myself first, and this little guy. Let's do it. Alright, you guys want to watch the Andor trailer? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna turn down the music. Sorry that took so long. I figured out my failure. Let's do this trailer. Do it. I'll get to that in a minute, Anthony, YouTube fan, because I love that comment. This is sick, though. Like, honestly, the one time I watched this trailer and now watching it again. Dude, yes! Give us the ships from the Clone Wars. It does sound a little bit like Fallen Order at the start. I love this time period, man. I love it.
They're everywhere. They're watching me now.
Soon enough, these days will end.
Friggin' wild.
No rules going forward.
I think we're gonna get maybe even some Wayland stuff. Like, I don't even know. There's the Senate.
Are standing up.
Dude. Stormtrooper, clone troopers maybe even.
That's what a reckoning sounds like.
Dope. Looks expensive. The show looks expensive. Hey, well, that's good. I mean, I don't even know if it is, but I know for a fact they did film that over at Pinewood, so maybe it was a little bit more expensive. But wow, let's watch that trailer again, because that was epic. I love every bit of that, man. The cool intro with the banging of the drum stuff. Maybe he's doing a warning for the Empire's coming. I don't know. He's waking people up, maybe. Ooh. I freaking love it. It's dope. Anthony, YouTube fan, says Vader's Lair. I had to pick the other category on the vote because I'm totally anticipating, even though I'm totally anticipating Mando 3 and Ahsoka, I'm almost just as pumped for the animated, gaming, and print content THR Phase 2. Dude, the High Republic Phase 2, heck yeah. I can definitely, agree with that, Anthony, YouTube fan. I think my most anticipated thing coming out of this, I'm still most anticipated for the Ahsoka show, but Tales of the Jedi, man, that show looks so good. The Andor trailer is the best trailer I've ever seen, says Kendall. Dude, it's awesome. We get Coruscant, like Andor's homeworld, it looks like, him as a kid, the beginnings of the Empire, the heat of it, you know what I mean? It's amazing.
There will be no rules going forward.
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi definitely looks... If you're a nerd, you win. You said it, Mike Jokey Porter. Good to see you in the chat, my guy.
That's what a reckoning sounds
And that part right there, where that's what a reckoning sounds like. Dude, it gets me hyped. It gets me hyped. Reminds me of the Sudakar from Dune. Dude, I definitely get those vibes. You know what I mean? I definitely get those Theory's reaction video. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Matthew Cruz with the 199 super chat says, "Hey bro, hope you've been enjoying Celebration." Dude, it was amazing. Thank you, Matthew Cruz. It just ended yesterday and I'm already back home. But wow, was it awesome. And look at that. Our first super chat, I think, on the channel. Maybe a second one there with Kendall. I don't know what's happening now, but dope that we can do super chats. And Kendall says with a $5 super chat, just because you that mother effing dude, and I'm hyped that I can super chat. But 1 Ahsoka, 2 Mando 3 Andor, and then 4 Tales of the Jedi for Kendall. That's his order for the most hype. I like your list there. I definitely can agree. I'm most hyped for Ahsoka, and I can't blame you for being more hyped for Mando 3 than Tales of the Jedi or Andor. For me, it'd be Tales of the Jedi maybe just before Mando 3, but I mean, Mando is so good, man. It's so good. I don't blame you, Kendall. Much love to y'all for the super chats. Let's head back into the lair now that we watched the trailer, and let me know what you guys thought of it. I know a lot of you guys just said you were loving it. But man, is that a good trailer. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. That thing is lit. I think Andor really is just a show that we really don't know anything about, and we know it's going to set during a certain time that is one of my most beloved time periods in Star Wars, and we know little bits. Mon Mothma, he's going to be spying things. We know we're going to see a little bit of the beginning of his life, but really, I feel like this full scope of this show, we have no real clue of what it's going to be about, and that's what gets me hyped about the Andor show. And again, to your guys' point, this trailer was epic. Epic trailer. Like, my goodness. What a trailer. Matthew Cruz with the super chat sticker. I appreciate that. And a 99-cent super chat from Mike Porter. If you want to throw a chat in there in the chat, Mike, with it, please do, my guy. I really do appreciate that, guys. What else are we saying about the trailer, though? Don says juicy. You already know. The juiciest. What up, talented Mr. Griffin? Luis Escalante says Andor looks like the Galactic Civil War show. It really does. You know, the beginnings of the rebellion was shown. Oh my goodness. There's the super chat. I don't know why my thing decided to just work now. I don't know if this one came up earlier or not too, but now it's gonna probably go back in the chat or something. I appreciate you guys though. Andor does look like the Civil War show, though. Like I was saying, Rebels really was like the beginnings of the rebellion, showing how all these different rebel cells, in a way, kind of can join together over the last years of the Empire. True, like, you know, leading to its downfall. You know what I mean? And this show looks like we're gonna get even more of that. But like you said, it's the full Galactic Civil War, getting more bits and information of how that downfall happened than just the family aspect and character kind of focus that we got in Rebels. You know what I mean? This is going to be a larger scope show, I think, and there's going to be a lot that Andor, I think, is doing. So you're still at the first point of the list. Really, I'm at the second point, Tim, because I skipped down to Mando and then went back up to Andor. The next thing, so we'll get this thing rolling. Don with the super chat now says, so you let us know if you like super chat money or stream tips better. It'll take a month to figure out. I'll let you know, Don. I think the ease of the super chat. First of all, I don't even think with you guys super chat in this way that my Streamlabs can keep up. You guys are the best, man, for real. We'll see though. We'll see. But yeah, gosh, where was I? Talking about Andor and everything. It's gonna be lit. The next little point to move on from there. The next point that we got at the Lucasfilm showcase was the Star Wars skeleton crew. So for those of you guys that didn't check out our last live stream, I talked about how I missed the Lucasfilm showcase at Star Wars Celebration, and my time got better after that happened, I promise you, but it sucked at the moment because I was really hoping for something like this, an announcement like the Skeleton Crew. The Skeleton Crew is a new show that was announced during the Lucasfilm showcase, and my girlfriend had to tell me all about it. I'm like, who's in it? Like, what's going on? What did they say? She's like, I don't remember all the stuff. I'm like, nah. But the Skeleton Crew is going to be streaming in 2023, and it's going to be produced by Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and John Watts, who is the director for the Spider-Man trilogy of the Marvel movies, I believe. And I think he did a fantastic job with those and bringing that character to life. And of course, it also has Christopher Ford. It was the Grammar Rodeo show that we had heard about for quite some time, so it's awesome to get an official name and an official logo for the show. In fact, the name, I think, is amazing, and it's starring the actor Jude Law, who is a really good actor. I think he is in Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel, and he's a really good actor, man. I can't wait to see him in the Star Wars universe. It seems as though the show is going to be set around the Mando universe timeline, and there's going to be about 4 or 5 groups it's like a group of kids, and it sounds like they're going to be stranded on a planet, and they are force sensitive, from as far as I know or understand, and Jude Law is maybe like the master of the group. Whoa, another super chat in there. Much love to everybody. Mike Porter says, congratulations, man, on the super chats. Glad you had a great time at Celebration. Do you think Disney Plus will be #1 in streaming services? I'm pretty sure it's already at the top. And another super chat from Tim, my guy. But I'm pretty sure, Mike Porter, it's already at the top of the streaming services. If it's not #1 already, I do imagine with all of this Star Wars content, all of this Marvel content that's coming out, it's probably going to be #1 again soon if it's not already. But I do think so, Mike Porter. Tim says, let's go with the $2 or €2? $2 euro? €2 super chat? I don't know. Jude Law is definitely dope though. And Darth Chaos says, Jude Law is spice. Matt Cave, it's good to see you in the chat, my dude. And OG also says, Jude is Sherlock Holmes movies too. Okay, he's Watson, isn't he? That's amazing. Yeah, with Robert Downey Jr. He's a really good actor, man. I'm excited. Like I said, having him in a Star Wars project is gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. I hope you're doing well, Matt Cave. I know Darth Maximus is giving the love too. I appreciate that. Much love to everybody in the chat. Strike says, yo, I am excited for Bad Batch Season 2. Love Republic Commando, and Scorch is returning in this season as well as Cody. Yeah! Dude, Strike, I cannot tell you how excited I am for the Bad Batch Season 2. I mean, y'all see this. Y'all see this amazing jacket that I got. I got it in preparation of the panel. And because it's such a cool jacket. I mean, the back of it looks sick as heck, but... Dude, I am hyped for the Bad Batch Season 2. I'll get into it a little bit and give you guys the little insight that I got actually being able to go to that panel. It was a blast. I loved that panel. It was amazing. To continue on, though, like I said, Skeleton Crew is going to be streaming in 2023. Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, John Watts, all attached to the project. Steve Staranka, much love, brother, with the $5 super chat says, just testing out super chats. LOL. There it is. Much love, my guy. I think it's a little bit delayed for me when they come in the chat compared to when they come in on the stream. And that's okay, but oh my gosh, another one. You guys are the best. Star Wars MCU OG with the $10 super chat says, super awesome to see this channel grow. I appreciate that, man. OG, you've been one of the biggest supporters alongside, you know, Tim, Steve Staranka, Perbs, Don, everybody that's been hanging out. Most of these chats, you know, I mean, dude, trust me, bro. Jedi Mike, Darth Maximus, Strike, Matt Cave, everybody in the chat, you guys are the absolute best. See, it's a little delayed. It's a little delayed. Anthony, YouTube fan, says Vader's Lair. First, the fact Skeleton Crew takes place right after Episode 6 and long before Episode 7 and it's celebrating 80 SoFi makes it a near winner already. Yeah, it almost seems like it's going to be a Stranger Things kind of Star Wars, you know what I mean? I know Stranger Things Season 4 just came out when Kenobi did, and I might end up watching some of it tonight with my girlfriend, but it's dope, man. Like, I don't know what Skeleton Crew is fully going to be, but just the setup of the show so far that we've heard about, kind of following along since it's been Grammar Rodeo, it's pretty wild. And it was funny at one point. We had heard of Tales of the Jedi and like that was a secret kind of project. We had heard of Grammar Rodeo, and we also had heard of, we hadn't really heard of it, but we kind of speculated about Young Jedi Adventures too, which is kind of a title that went under the radar in my opinion. It's the one I keep forgetting was announced at Celebration. I'll talk about it real quick, but I honestly don't know too much about it myself yet. Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures is coming to Disney Plus and Disney Junior spring of 2023. Set during the High Republic era, the original series follows younglings as they study the ways of the Force and become Jedi. Compassion, self-discipline, teamwork, and patience and friendship are going to be like key to their kind of teachings, I guess you could say during this show, which is dope, man. And with another character that was recently confirmed to come back in the Bad Batch Season 2, it gets me excited for stuff like, you know, seeing Jedi kids again, and maybe even this Jude Law character trying to revitalize the Jedi Order in a time where after like 20 or so years of the Jedi Order being dead. Maybe this Jedi is trying to revitalize it, or maybe they're just Force sensitives. Who knows? But it's super exciting. And yeah, for the Young Jedi Adventures, it probably is more for kids, as Tim said. But I feel like it's possible that show is still gonna have a little bit more of a adult vibe. Even so, I know it's gonna be on Disney Junior and everything, so it'll probably be very digestible for kids, somewhat in the way that Rebels is, sort of. Although there's some dark moments in Rebels, and then the way that Kaz's show, what's it called? Resistance, Star Wars Resistance. It might even be kind of that level of for kids, but we'll see, man. Much love, Jedi Mike. I'm a hashtag Sheep fan. My guy, Team Sheep. Hey, shout out to Jedi Mike for having that little get together. I know I couldn't be there because the chaos of Celebration. I had so much going on Saturday. But I really wish I could have been. It was dope to see you, Trinity, Just Fernie, a bunch of the people getting together. And honestly, it's quick talking about Celebration again. One of the best parts of Celebration was just seeing all the fans and how excited it gets people that Star Wars is as big as it is still to this day, you know what I mean? And I talked about it last stream, but one of the highlights for me was just being dressed as Cal Kestis Inquisitor and having this little kid want to come up and take a picture with me. And he was dressed as Cal also, but you know, the light side version. So he wanted to hold my Cal Kestis lightsaber. It was cool, man. And you know, the other thing that is definitely a highlight was meeting some of you guys. There were definitely a couple people that hit me up on Discord, and I tried to link through all the, you know, chaotic and craziness of Star Wars Celebration. I tried to link up with people. I didn't get to meet up with as many people as I wanted, but I know a lot of you guys were hitting me up, and you know, I even ran into some people that ended up noticing me through Theory stream and whatnot. So it was cool to get recognized. It was cool to meet up with some fans, and it was just really cool to see the impact that Star Wars has on other people. So much love to everybody that I saw, and everybody else that was at Star Wars Celebration, and everybody watching from home that tried to keep up and was trying to see what I was doing. You know, the first day I didn't get in, and Tim really helped me out trying to link me with Obsession. And you know, Tim and Obsession, I can't thank you guys enough. Star Wars Obsession, you know, hooked it up with the hotel room, and you know, Tim I wouldn't have been able to do the 4 days without Tim. So biggest shout outs to the two of them. I mean, you guys helped me ridiculous amount during Celebration, and are the only reasons I haven't gone insane. Let's get back into it though. So after the Skeleton Crew thing, I will talk about the end of the Lucasfilm showcase real quick still. They did do a little celebration for John Williams because it was for his 90th birthday, and he came out and did the Indiana Jones theme, and I think they maybe talked about Indiana Jones 5 for a second, but I don't really know. But Harrison Ford came out when he played the theme and talked about how you know, the doctor was playing the Indiana Jones theme during a colonoscopy for him. So ridiculous. He's like, that music follows me everywhere. Callisto, it's good to see you in the chat. Much love to you. Let's continue on though. That was kind of the wrap up of the Lucasfilm showcase. They also did some Obi-Wan stuff and brought people back later that Thursday to watch the premiere of Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I was lucky enough to go to myself at Star Wars Celebration. It was really cool. It threw me off that they released the episode early, but I was super excited for you guys that it was released early. Quick apologies, because I did say we would stream that night. I ended up driving home in the middle of the night trying to grab all my equipment. And like, I got back to our hotel at like 2 a.m. and I was just like, I'm way too tired to stream, and the hotel Wi-Fi wasn't really working, so it wasn't all, you know, peachy perfect, but it was a great time still. The next kind of thing was a Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation original special that's going to be streaming August 5th. This is just another thing that was announced at Celebration. Another little seasonal Lego thing they did. They've already done Halloween, they've done Christmas, and now they're doing summer, which is really cool. I'm excited for it, man. Those are always really fun in my opinion. And then we had on Friday actually, announced at the live stage at Star Wars Celebration was a Jedi Survivor trailer, which I might as well try to pull that up for you guys too. Let's see. Jedi Survivor. I'm down to watch this trailer with you guys because it's pretty lit. I have a lot to say, so let's pull up the Star Wars one if I can. There it is. EA Star Wars. Alright, let's do it. Hold up. Boom. Alright, let's play this trailer. This game looks amazing already. Dang computer. Work. Alright, let's do it. Play. Okay, here we go. BB-8? Yo, walking with what the heck? This trailer got me mad hyped.
Tell me, Countess, why lead
Dang.
when they
Their ship looks wrecked.
follow?
A Padawan senator.
Fight.
Whoa. Red lightsabers.
What is your next move, Jedi?
No way. Bro, I swear, if they do some cloning stuff at Mount Tantus in this game, I don't know who that is. I don't know what the white hair is all about. Cal Kestis looks great. Jedi Survivor. Yo, if they do some, you know, Galen Merrick, Starkiller cloning Mount Tantus, you know, Joris Sabayoth, maybe that's Sabayoth or something, but if they do something like that, roll it again. Let's do it. That was dope, though. Let me know what you guys think of the Jedi Survivor trailer, because I thought the teaser was great, like Tim said. We do know the game is going to be set 5 years after the last game, and that's kind of the base of what we know, other than just reading into this trailer a little bit. Super dope, though. It was confirmed for 2023 as well, so, and we know for a fact it's going to be next-gen consoles only. Which I know that kind of sucks, but maybe by 2023 they'll have their next-gen thing figured out, or I'm not sure. It's also really interesting to me that the saber is back to one hilt instead of not a double-sided. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll be able to change it throughout the game again, but I'm excited to see how they go about all of this. And of course, the cloning just gets me so excited. I hope they go straight into Mount Tantus the way that he kind of barged into Nur last game. Like, wow. Callisto, I appreciate it. $25 super chat from Callisto says, full monetization, and now I can show my love and support for Vader's Lair. It's going to be a great year of content for this channel, and I'm ready for it. Rebels watch party soon, perhaps. Ooh, soon, perhaps, indeed. I think we're gonna get through Kenobi first. Andor is coming out in the end of August, so maybe we'll watch it before Andor. But I think, you know, 4 seasons. I definitely want to watch it before we get into the Ahsoka show, but I know that's a little ways from now still, because that probably isn't coming out until like spring of 2023. We'll get into the Ahsoka stuff here in a minute too, because there was a little bit of a teaser trailer, but we know for a fact it is coming in 2023 at least. But yeah, dude, the Jedi Survivor game looks incredible. I talked about it earlier, but I met up with the dev team. It was by total chance that happened, but the dev team kind of talked to me for a little bit, and the recruiter of the team was just a really cool person. She's the absolute best. So super excited for this game. We obviously played through it not too long ago for the Jedi Fallen Order one, and it's awesome, man. I love what they're doing with the franchise, and I cannot wait for this game set 5 years after the events of the first one. So the next thing to talk about, we already kind of talked about Young Jedi Adventures that's going to be coming in spring of 2023. Other than knowing it's going to be on Disney Junior and Disney Plus, there's not much else that we really know about it. It's going to follow younglings as they study the ways of the Force and become Jedi, following their teachings of compassion, self-discipline, teamwork, patience, and friendship. And it will be set during the High Republic era, which is a very untouched era in terms of live action. The only other High Republic era show that we know of at this point is actually going to be the Acolyte show, which is going to follow a Sith Acolyte about 100 years before the events of the Phantom Menace. So really interesting stuff with this Young Jedi show being set in a very unexplored time period outside of the books and comics. So super exciting for that, regardless of what it turns out to be. And the next thing, of course, is the Ahsoka show. Let's talk about it a little bit. Coming in 2023, we got confirmation that Natasha Liu Bordizzo is going to be playing the Sabine Wren character, and we also know for a fact that Chopper is going to be in the show as well, as he was brought out onto the celebration stage. It was really cool. They brought out Natasha, Chopper, and of course they brought out Rosario Dawson, who's playing Ahsoka. From the little clip that we got, it looks as though Ahsoka's Leku are going to be a little bit longer again, and they almost look exactly as long as they should. I think they finally figured it out. They listened to the fans. I'm sure Dave really wanted them to be longer and perfect for this show as it was, so super exciting. We still don't know if this show is going to be a limited series or if there's going to be multiple seasons, but I hope there's multiple, man. I think the more Ahsoka, the more Dave Filoni can tell with this story, the better. And I love when Star Wars does long form content, so the longer the better. But let me know what you guys thought of the Ahsoka teaser, if you guys caught it. I don't know if I'm going to pull it up just because copyright issues and different things. We could probably, but I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting. Star Wars Santa, it is good to see you in the chat. He says, I'm listening while I'm driving, but wanted to let you know that I'm here. I appreciate that, dude. Hope you're having a great start to the week and a great Memorial Day, Star Wars Santa. Much love to you. What else is we saying? Much love again to Callisto for the $25 super chat. That's amazing. You are the absolute best too. I love everybody in this community, man. It's such a positive, amazing place. Even on Twitter, like I try to make Twitter a positive space. I know there's some negative areas, but I love the vibe of the Star Wars fandom and the vibe of our little community. It's amazing. Think we see Cal on any show before Survivor, says Ali Kenobi. I think that's a fantastic question. So I don't know how much they're going to touch into the Cal Kestis character outside of the games at this point. I feel like they're trying to tell most of his story in the games, and in a way, I'm kind of cool with that. I think they're doing great. And we are 100% a family Jedi, Mike. You said it, my guy. 100%. But yeah, I don't know if we'll see him in too many other things. I'm really hoping that we get, we already saw, I'm going to say it here, Gunji is returning in the Bad Batch Season 2. I cannot wait to see Gunji returning, and I wouldn't doubt if we did see Cal Kestis or something in Bad Batch Season 2. We know he's at Braca during that time and everything, but at some point as they go along in those timelines, it makes sense for him to pop up in shows like Andor, maybe the Bad Batch Season 2, or maybe even Season 3 later down the line if it happens. There's a lot of room for him to pop up in things. I don't think he's going to show up in Kenobi, and again, I do think most of his story is going to be told within his video games. But again, Bad Batch Season 2, it looks like we're going to be heading to Mount Tantus, Wayland, which is where the new cloning facilities are now that Camino has been destroyed. And it seems like, we're going there in Bad Batch. Maybe Cal Kestis even going there, hinted at in this trailer with all the cloning and stuff. I mean, we really don't know, but I really hope so, man. I hope they bring Cameron Monaghan into live action, into the animated series. It would be amazing to me, because I do love the Cal Kestis character, Ali. Much love for that question. It was great. Don says, I think Acolyte is High Republic and Skeleton Crew is concurrent with Mando, at least from stories from a story. No, yeah, Dawn, you're 100% correct. Acolyte is the end of the High Republic era, and Skeleton Crew is going to be concurrent with Mando. It will be following the Mando season. I don't know if it's going to be following Mando or right before it, or when it's going to take place exactly, because they didn't clarify, but they did specify. It was kind of specified that it will be post Episode 6, post Return of the Jedi, which is the Mando era. Dude, Tim, I am hyped. The Gunji is back, bro. Oh my goodness. Let's get into the Bad Batch now that Ahsoka. We kind of touched on Ahsoka there real quick, and then I'll talk about Tales of the Jedi. But Bad Batch yesterday, I want to talk to you guys about this because it was probably the biggest panel I went to. Cause I mean, I went to the Obi-Wan premiere, which I feel like that was more of a premiere than a panel. Although, don't get me wrong, that was probably the biggest highlight was going to that early screening, right? But I got to see the Bad Batch panel yesterday, and it was well worth it, man. I wasn't even upset that I missed all the other panels and everything anymore. We got to see a little clip. So here. For those of you guys that didn't see the trailer yet, the trailer online is an absolutely fantastic trailer, and you should definitely go check it out. Heck, we can pull it up right here. But the one that we got at Celebration was actually a little bit different, and the scenes were in different order as well. So the highlight of that was actually that we got a little clip before the trailer. You know, Jen Corbett was up there. Brian was up there too. I can't remember everybody's name right now. I know D. Bradley Baker and Michelle Ang were up there as well. And D. Bradley Baker was like switching through the voices and seamlessly. It was so cool. They did this whole little scene for us. Actually, it was amazing. It was amazing. But the little clip they showed us was actually a really good clip. So they showed us a clip from the basically there's a part in the trailer that you can see where they're on a beach and there's these giant crab creatures. Well, that was the clip that they actually showed us, about a 1 or 2 minute clip of, where basically the clip starts with Omega on their like ship, or I think it's their ship, and basically she's kind of just chilling, looking up at the sunny sky, and she looks a little older. And it was just so cool to see with the Kiner brothers already talked about how there's going to be a little bit of a time jump, and now we get to see Omega is a little bit older. She seems more confident, maybe even more headstrong. She's more sure of herself and a little bit more of a badass, which I loved. And so basically what happens is, in this little clip, Wrecker, Echo, and I think Hunter are basically running along the beach after she's chilling there, and she sees them running, and they basically took something, and the crabs are like chasing after them. You know, a typical Bad Batch mission. And so they're all trying to get to the ship, and they get in. Omega's like still kind of on this little ledge thing, and they go to take off, and Omega almost falls off, but she grabs this rope, and Tech is like flying the ship, and he's like, oh my goodness, like Omega, and she's like, I'm fine, don't worry about me. And so like she kind of like falls and like kicks the crabs and just like does this crazy badass move, and she has her bow, and it seems like at this point she's like straight up perfected it. There's like 2 crabs that basically are like climbing on top of the ship trying to keep them from getting away, and she straight up takes the bow and just takes both of them out. And it was just like so cool. It was like, oh, Omega's like such a badass now. It was dope. And so we just got that little clip. She has this little like half helmet thing now that you can see in the trailers as well, and it was just such a cool little clip for them to show us. And then they a little bit after, they told us about the trailer. And the trailer that we got was a little bit different, because we had a scene in the trailer for us where there was a little bit of dialogue between Crosshair and none other than Commander Cody himself. It was really cool because Commander Cody is almost questioning whether or not what they're doing with the clone, with this new empire, is the right thing to do. And it's kind of the same question that the Bad Batch had in season 1 when the empire first took over, and even I think Crosshair. And it's really the heart of the clones now that they've been asked to, or programmed to do execute Order 66, and now it's post Jedi falling. They're in the empire, and they're doing all these crazy stuff. And it's just really cool that we're kind of going to get this concept where, Crosshair is likely going back to the Empire following what we saw in season 1. he's going to team up with Commander Cody for a little bit, and I think they're going to be trying to save as many of the clones as they possibly can. So let's get this trailer going. I'm going to pull up the Bad Batch trailer because it was epic, man. Bad Batch. I hope I can do this for you guys. Where did it go? Live scene 2. Oh, much love, Matt. I think that's Matthew Cruz. Matthew Cruz with the 199 super chat says, smash that like button for Vader's Lair. I appreciate it, brother. You the best. Albo M says, the new era of stormtroopers is coming. It is, and I love seeing the progression of them as we've gone along with the Bad Batch. You know what I mean? It's so cool to see. Like, even Cody in the trailer that we got, you can actually see clips of Cody in the new Bad Batch trailer that is out for everybody. If you like slow down and, you know, watch it slowly, you can see Cody, and it's really interesting to see how every single one of these clones has kind of grayed out. No color anymore, no emotion. It's the way of the Empire now. You know what I mean? Let us do this. Did that didn't do it, did it? Uh-oh. Hold up, y'all. I swear this thing is so wonky today. Okay. Now we can do it. Alright, y'all, let's watch this Bad Batch trailer because it's hype! I love me some Bad Batch.
You can buy your freedom. You can have a future. Isn't that what you're after?
We're already free.
Clearly, you're not paying attention to what's happening out there.
It is time for a new era.
Damn! That wasn't like that in the... There's even some cooler moments in this than were at the Celebration trailer, but definitely some awesome moments in the Celebration trailer, too.
We'll take all the allies we can get.
Gunji! There's the scene I was talking about where she's shooting the crabs.
Let's get to work.
Yeah! Dude, I'm hyped for the Bad Batch Season 2. Coming August. Is that what that said? Whoa, 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 whoa. Autumn. Okay, autumn. Coming this fall. So, yeah, this fall we are going to be getting the Bad Batch Season 2 and apparently a few other shows. The back half of this season is going to be packed with Star Wars content, and I cannot wait for it. Let me know what you guys thought of that trailer, because I thought I was friggin' hyped. But let's roll it again. Some really cool moments in here, and I'll try to pause it and give you guys as much detail as I can.
Buy your freedom.
So there we get Sid kind of talking about you can buy your freedom, telling them, you know, you can earn money now and just get out of it. And in a way, the Bad Batch are already free, and in a way, they've always been free.
You can have a future.
I love their new armor too. There's Omega's little half helmet there. Pretty cool, to be honest. They talked about how Michelle Ang was like, you know, oh, it was great to finally have her getting a helmet. She really needed one. You know what I mean? it was dope.
Isn't that what you're after?
I was thinking the same thing. I still want her to get that white Boba Fett helmet, but you know, I won't complain too much.
We're already free.
We're already free. See?
Clearly, you're not paying attention to what's happening out there.
Looks like Palpatine here. This looks like the Senate, maybe even like we get an Andor too, and maybe that's Mas Amedda and Palpatine there, and it looks like they're even talking about the destruction of Kamino to the Senate, because that's probably a thing the galaxy cares about.
Time for a new era.
Oh man, that was the end of the Celebration trailer. Was the reveal of Palpatine like that? Dude, that got me so hyped at the end of the Celebration one. I thought it was crazy they put him smack dab in the middle of this trailer. It was so cool though, and we didn't even get that little dialogue there with him saying it's the end of, it is the beginning of a new era. I thought it was dope though, because we didn't get that, but we did get some other things. So streaming this autumn. Dang, see, even in Andor they had those little gunships too, so I love that these are being so prevalent, and maybe that's even a nod that these two shows could be taking place at the same kind of time period. There's the crab scene I talked about. We get Scorch here where I paused it. That's amazing. We get to see more of the commandos now that they're inducted into the Empire.
There are others out there who need our help.
Damn. So sick. These guys almost look like they're maybe clone cadets or former clone cadets at one point. They all kind of look like clones, like the identical of Jango Fett. It would be dope to see them recruiting more clones, as they talk about here. Even Echo kind of hints like, we'll take all the allies that we can get, you know what I mean? And it seems like maybe that's the trajectory that season 2 of the Bad Batch is going to be going. They helped Rex at the end of last season. Getting some of him that Rex helped them get their chips out, and now Rex has been going out helping all these other clones. I would love to see them helping the clones, trying to get maybe this group of cadets to join their side, maybe Commander Cody trying to recruit him back, and maybe eventually even redeeming Crosshair again. But we'll see, you know what I mean? I just think it's super exciting, the trajectory that this show is going, and the fact that they're showing this, what's happening to the clones following Order 66 from the eyes of the Bad Batch. It's amazing.
We'll take all the allies we can get.
There's Commander Cody right there. I don't know if you guys saw that. That is for sure Commander Cody. You can see his little scar there. That's his grayed out orange armor. Amazing to see Commander Cody back in action, and they still put a little teaser of him in the trailer for everybody. So I loved it, even though they didn't say straight up Commander Cody in this version of the trailer, they still gave you him. It was amazing. And then, of course, the GOAT has returned! Oh, the king is back! Yes! I love that they're putting Gungi in this show. I don't know about you guys. We also get a scene of what looks to be Tarful on Kashyyyk. And if they're going to show us the Imperial occupation of Kashyyyk and the Bad Batch trying to help the Wookiees out, man, bro, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. I think it's amazing. I can't wait to get Gungi back, and I'm so freaking happy he's alive. When we saw this at the Celebration trailer, I started crying, man, because, bruh, too hyped. Can't believe it. They're really bringing Gungi back. And it made me think, maybe they will bring Cal Kestis into something like this. There's another little clip of Commander Cody there. Omega being a beast. Ah, Rex. Oh, I can't wait. Season 2, streaming this autumn. Let's go. Let me know what you guys thought of that trailer, because for me it was a freaking amazing trailer. Probably the most hyped trailer that I saw this weekend. The fact Gungi's alive and everything else that they gave us, Palpatine, Commander Cody. I don't know if there was any other trailer with that much hype for me. I mean, I didn't see the Andor trailer or Ahsoka or Mando Season 3 live or anything. And I even missed the next show that we're going to be talking about here. The one I'm probably the most excited for other than Ahsoka. Tales of the Jedi. I don't know if you guys have really dug into what this Tales of the Jedi show is going to be, but I cannot wait, man. I mean, the Kiner brothers talked about a secret project that they were working on that was going to be big. I don't think I could have ever imagined it would be quite like this. Like, don't get me wrong, we kind of predicted a lot of what was going to be covered at Star Wars Celebration. I think I did a great job covering it and going into it. But I think they gave us way more than I could have possibly imagined, and I think they're over-delivering in almost every aspect. I mean, regardless of you were there and missed, saw trailers or not, like whether, Ahsoka, it wasn't much that they showed. Mando and whatnot. We'll get trailers for that eventually. But wow, everything that they announced, everything that they're giving us. Let me know what you guys think, and let's start a new poll actually. But in my opinion, I think they're over-delivering. Let's start a poll. Do you guys think that Lucasfilm over or under-delivered with Star Wars Celebration? And when I say over-deliver, that's not a bad thing at all. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Let me know what you guys thought. Did Lucasfilm under-deliver or over-deliver? Darth Chaos says, I thought it was great. Just enough. I think you're right. And in a way, like, it was almost too much to keep up with if you were at Celebration. I don't know how it was from home, but I could not keep up with Celebration. And it was almost crazy. Like, I did not find out about the Young Jedi Adventures until literally nearly 4 or 5 hours after it was announced. The Jedi Survivor trailer I didn't know about until like 2 hours after it had come out, and I watched it maybe later that night. You know what I mean? It was really hard, but it was amazing. Tim says, I think they delivered exactly what they had to deliver. I think that's the perfect way of looking at it, man. Bad Batch, I think, is 22 BBY. Okay, so 19 BBY is when when Order 66 was executed. That's when the Jedi Order fell, was 19 BBY. And Bad Batch, I believe, takes place the first season about a year-ish or so. So we can imagine it's probably about 18 BBY by the end of the Bad Batch. By the very end of that first season. So I imagine if there's a little bit of a time jump since season 1, we're probably getting into, let's say, maybe a year after even at least 17 BBY, if not maybe even 16 BBY. I don't know for sure, and maybe we can imagine that this second season is going to take about a year. So if it starts in 17 BBY, this second season will likely end in 16 BBY. And if Bad Batch Season 2 starts in 16 BBY, it'll probably end in 15 BBY. But I imagine it's probably around that time. Maybe it'll even start back up at 18 BBY, but it does seem like there's been a little bit of a time jump since the end of Season 1. Yeah, definitely enough. Steve says that the trailer for this looks amazing. Everyone back. Yeah, literally everyone back, man. I agree 100%, Steve Starenka, and I can't wait to follow the clones and what kind of has transpired for them since the Empire has risen. You know what I mean? It's been I thought it was amazing first season. I have a big connection to the Bad Batch. I love Clone Force 99. I love that group of guys, and I love the show, just what it means to me personally. But I can't wait for season 2. I thought it was incredible. An incredible trailer. Chaos says the first episodes start 19 BBY and ends 18 BBY. That's exactly what I think. There has to be. Omega looks older. Yeah, I think it'll probably start up in at least 17 BBY, if not maybe 16. But we'll see. What will Crosshair do, says Jedi Mike. It's really funny. Dave Collins, who kind of was the host for most of the Saturday or Sunday panels, he was really trying to get information out of them, which was dope. He was asking, the showrunners, the actors, what they could tell us about Crosshair in particular, because Crosshair is a very intriguing character. You know what I mean? And it was hilarious when he asked it. Different characters responded from D. Bradley Baker, and D. Bradley was like, well, I don't think, like, Crosshair's like, I don't think I'll be redeemed, kind of thing. And then it was like Tech, where he's like, well, I don't know, maybe he will. It was just hilarious, man. D. Bradley Baker is the best. We don't know, though. We don't know what Crosshair will do, but it looks like he's going back to the Empire, and that's kind of sad to me. It's kind of sad to me, especially after the events of the season finale of last season. You know what I mean? Okay. Callisto says, Sheev, Ali was answering my question in relation to Solo, Star Wars, and Bad Batch. Okay. Albo says, what did you think of Skeleton Crew? I'm highly intrigued, Albo. Welcome into the chat. By the way, love your picture on there. Kyle1717, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that, my guy. Much love to you. Where was I? I mean, this year and next year, says Tim. Well, hold on. Let me pull the chat up. I was getting the music back. I think we basically got the slate for the next 2 years now. I think we probably did, Tim. There's a lot coming. More than I would have even imagined, you know what I mean? I was hoping for more announcements. I was really hoping for Tales of the Jedi and Skeleton Crew to be announced here, and they were, you know what I mean? And they're coming sooner than I even thought. Tim says the Vanity Fair article said Acolyte is a bit further off, so probably 2024. I think that sounds about right, and that gives them some time to flesh out the rest of the High Republic leading into that, you know what I mean? I think that is the perfect way to go about it, and they didn't really have to show us too much for Acolyte. I don't think all the projects that weren't shown to us, like Droid Story or Lando, like maybe those things are canned. I honestly don't know. Maybe they are. But, I mean, I'm still excited with everything they're giving us. And to get back into the Tales of the Jedi thing, I don't know if I can find a trailer for that, but I would love to find one for you guys. Because it was, I saw a released trailer for it, and it looks really, really good. I don't know if I can find it, man, but just to get into a little bit of what the Tales of the Jedi, if you guys check out my Instagram, I posted the Tales of the Jedi trailer on my story that someone else had posted. Maybe I can pull that up, but dude, Tales of the Jedi, I am so excited for this show. It's coming the fall of this year. That's super soon, and I love how tight-knit and closed door the animated projects can be, because with this project, Tales of the Jedi and the Bad Batch, it's so easy for them to hide stuff from the fans and not let them see it, compared to when live action things happen where there's a bunch of people on set, a bunch of actors and different people who might slip up and tell us some things. So stuff like this to me is just amazing, the fact that they can keep these animated shows so quiet and not let anything slip out. But Tales of the Jedi is going to be it seems like it's going to be a 6-chapter story that's going to be following mainly 2 Jedi. It's going to be mainly following Count Dooku and Ahsoka Tano. Now, in the Count Dooku one, it's the early Count Dooku days when he is a Jedi. We see kind of 2 character models for him. One that looks younger, maybe just after he's become a Jedi Knight, maybe a little bit into it, because we know Dooku was pretty old at the time of his death in Revenge of the Sith, actually. He was older than even Palpatine. So it would be dope to see him after training with Yoda. Maybe we even see him training with Yoda at some point. And of course, we do see him getting that beard and a little older as he's training Qui-Gon Jinn. And we see clips of younger Mace Windu in there during that time period as well, which would be really cool. It seems like maybe Yaddle was highly against either Dooku, or, you know, maybe when Dooku was starting to turn, Yaddle was the one that ended up kind of facing off against him. Which, I mean, the fact that Yaddle was in that trailer and like kind of just clips of her are going to be in the Dooku story, I mean, it's amazing, man. Matthew Cruz, much love to you for another one. He says, $2 chat, are we gonna have a stream and talk about Kenobi? Oh yes. So I might be streaming with Green Bear later tonight. I'm not 100% sure. I have a lot of stuff, like if we have time today still, which it's already 4 o'clock my time. I know this stream is already going a little longer than I even thought, because I just love rambling and talking about all this amazing news. But I want to start playing the Force Unleashed games with you guys. I just got it on my Switch. I'm a huge Sam Witwer fan. I'm a huge Galen Merrick Starkiller fan. And I know a lot of people maybe haven't played through those games or seen that character. I actually got the opportunity to get an autograph from Sam Witwer while I was at Celebration. And I asked him during the autograph, the last thing I said to him was, do you think Starkiller will ever come back? Do you think he'll come in a canon? And he told me, yeah, it's possible. Like, I hope so, kind of a thing. And Sam Witwer is all about it. You know, that is, while Maul is his character, and I asked him, you know, who did you enjoy playing more, or voicing more, Palpatine or Maul? And he told me Maul was more of his character. Well, there is no character more Sam Witwer than Galen Merrick Starkiller. I'll tell you that much. So if they brought him back, you know, I would be super, super excited for that. I appreciate all you guys for the super chats. It's been an amazing time. But yeah, it seems like that's going to be the base of Dooku's part of the Tales of the Jedi show. And the coolest thing about this show so far is that it seems like it's going to be almost like a reflection of two different Jedi and how they're almost polar opposite in the life choices and paths that they end up going. One being Dooku and the other being Ahsoka. Now, Ahsoka's kind of shows, it looks like the aspects of her life we've never seen in animation or live action, which is amazing. I can't wait to get these parts of her life. You know what I mean? We see what looks to be the beginnings of her life in the early stages of like literally when she's a baby, when she's becoming part of the Jedi Order. Heck, with Dave Filoni being at the head of this project for Tales of the Jedi, I think it's super possible we could see Plo Koon even going there and picking her up from her Togruta family. And I would love it, man. I would love if we get that. Shout out Beskar Boner for the $5 super chat. He says, hope you're ready. We got more to talk about. Oh yes, we're definitely talking about some Kenobi if we're streaming later. And tomorrow I think we're also going to be doing a Kenobi watch party for episodes 1 and 2 before the 3rd episode comes out at midnight, I believe. I mean, maybe they're going to keep doing these 9 o'clock releases, which would be better for all of our mental health and sleep. But I think it was a one-time thing, but we'll see. But yeah, with Ahsoka, super excited to see her stories in Tales of the Jedi. I think we're even going to get time periods after Order 66 where she's kind of off on her own, and maybe even the story where her and the sixth brother face off, and I think we could see her getting those white crystals that she ends up purifying from the sixth brother, and that would be amazing to see in animation. I cannot wait for this six episode story. Again, I love that it's kind of a contrast between a Jedi that went rogue after leaving the Order and became a Sith, and a Jedi who almost becomes more of a gray Jedi, if you will, or more of a perfect embodiment of the Jedi in Ahsoka. Yes, and real quick to touch on Tim's point, I don't know where I would be without Tim in this chat, and in general, my God, Tim is the biggest help, best friend, man. I love you, Tim. Taika's movie is now going to be confirmed by Kathleen Kennedy for 2023. Originally, that slate was going to be for the Rogue One movie, or the Rogue Squadron movie that was going to be with Patty Jenkins, and then there was some like controversy or kind of some question marks on whether that would still come out in 2023. And now we know for a fact that the kind of schedule has come out or kind of changed. We had heard that the next movie was going to be Taika Waititi's movie, and now we know for sure it's going to be coming out in 2023 according to Kathleen Kennedy, which is super exciting. It's crazy he's going to be going straight into that after Thor Love and Thunder in just a few weeks, I think. I don't keep up with the Marvel stuff as much right now, but oh my gosh, I cannot wait for that movie. I can't wait to see what Taika does with Star Wars, and it's super exciting to get that. Ronan meets Ahsoka, says Dawn. Oof, gotta be lit. Again, I cannot wait for that Tales of the Jedi thing. I love the little clips we got. Again, if you guys are interested in checking out that trailer, please go check out Vader's Lair Instagram. I just posted some pics from Celebration on there too, and it was a great time. It was fantastic. So check that out. My story has the Tales of the Jedi trailer, or basically like the leaked trailer, I guess you could say. So if you want to check that out, you definitely totally should. Still hyped off Celebration. You're telling me Obi-Wan the homie. Hey dude, I don't think it was you, and I asked you on Twitter already, but I saw a Beskar Batman. I saw a dude that made a helmet and a suit that basically looked like a Mando Batman, and I at one point I even said Obi-Wan, like I was like Beskar Batman, and he's like waving to me. I was like, is that you? I didn't know. I was wearing my Cal Kestis Inquisitor outfit at the time, so if it was you, dope to see you, Obi-Wan. I know you were there. It probably wasn't, but still dope either way. Will you make it to London next April? I hope Tim does too. You know what I mean? I'll get to this now. The end of Celebration, they brought out Rupert Friend, because he is from London, to announce that next year's Celebration is in 2023 is less than a year away, occurring on April 7th through the 10th at XL Center in London. Super exciting news for everybody across the pond, all my friends over there, Star Wars Meg, you know, I'm really happy for everybody on Europe. It's going to be hard for us Americans to get over there, I think. I don't know. I was already looking up hotels, which shows you where my headspace is. And my girlfriend was too, which I got her hooked. I got her hooked on it. You know what I mean? Like, she had a good time. It was lit, though. I'm hoping I can get my way to Europe next year. And it would be my first time in Europe, so I'd probably spend like a week, you know, at least the beginning half of the week, getting accustomed to the European area. And then, you know, the end of my weekend, just live it up in London for Star Wars Celebration. I think that would be amazing. But yeah, Qui-Gon, it seems like he's going to be a big part of the Tales of the Jedi thing with Dooku. And Liam Neeson's son is actually going to be voicing the younger Qui-Gon. I think maybe he is going to be voicing part of it too, but I thought it was super cool that they're bringing Liam's son to play a younger version of him. I just think that's the great. And on that note too, just to talk about Kenobi for just a sec, there is a scene in Kenobi where this girl tries to sell Obi-Wan spice. And that girl is actually the daughter of Ewan McGregor. And I watched a little bit of it last night again, and it's just such a fun scene where he's talking about, she talks about how she was someone else's daughter at one point, and he's talking about looking for somebody's daughter, and it's such a fun moment between him and his daughter, bringing her into Star Wars like that, and then she gives him some spice that he ends up using later on and everything. It was such a fun thing that they did, and I love that Ewan's an executive producer and was able to do something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was definitely lit. Steve Starenka says, "Oh man, guess we're going to London then." And yeah, that was his daughter. I didn't know that either, so shout out to Twitter and everybody else that posted that. But I thought that was just a fun fact and thing to learn. Watching through it the second time, it kind of hit me a little different watching. I was like, that's such a cool thing that they did, you know? Albo M says, it's cool to see Ahsoka training against clone troopers, and it's like she's training for Order 66 without even knowing it. Albo, you're not wrong, man. And yeah, Josh, I said the same thing. I was like, since when does Ewan have a daughter? Like, I didn't even know that. But he does, and that was her. But yeah, there was footage for the Tales of the Jedi thing that we didn't see. It is going to be so to continue on with my notes here, the Tales of the Jedi thing will be an anthology of original animated shorts, each story featuring Jedi from the prequel era. Teasers were shown to attendees confirming young Count Dooku and young Qui-Gon Jinn, and of course the Ahsoka origin story as well, with the Clone Wars cast returning. And it was such a fun thing because I had a autograph with Ashley Eckstein the night before. And I waited about 3.5 hours in line to get the autograph, and it was well worth it because I had a great conversation with her. It was such amazing time talking to Ashley, and I talked about it in my last live stream. But the thing that I said to her as I left and took a picture with her husband, because David Eckstein's really cool also. The last thing I said to Ashley was, I stopped her. I said, I heard Matt is going to be in the Tales of the Jedi show. I hope you're in it too. And I said, if not, I hope you come back to Star Wars soon. And she's just like, it threw her off, and she was like, oh, like, thank you, like, I hope so too. And of course the next day the Tales of the Jedi panel happens, and Ahsoka's gonna be in 3 episodes. She's one of the main characters. And she's of course going to be voiced by Ashley Eckstein. So it was just hilarious that's how that kind of went down. And that I had asked her that the night before. It's just so funny. To continue on though, there was some really cool info released about Galaxy's Edge and the Disney parks, which was super exciting to me. So Obi-Wan, Plo Koon, and Qui-Gon, their lightsabers are going to be coming to Disney parks. Is that what I'm reading? Unless it's the characters. Well, I know for a fact Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber, Palpatine's lightsaber, a couple others, Obi-Wan's lightsaber from the Obi-Wan show is going to be coming to Galaxy's Edge, and I'm super excited for that. I already told Tim, I was like, bro, the Palpatine sabers are coming, and they look better than the Hasbro ones. They're not as fat. I was like, I'm about to buy 2 of them and be like the real life Sheev and just walk around with red lightsabers slashing everybody, you know what I mean? But super exciting with all of that stuff. I do know, I think Boba Fett and Fennec Shand are going to be walking around the Disney parks now too, or at least the Galaxy's Edge era, which has never really been done before. We've always kind of been in the how do I put it, the sequel era of characters. So we're like, you know, the sequel stormtroopers, Chewbacca, Kylo Ren, Rey. Usually those guys are walking about on Batuu. And now we're going to get characters like Mando, I don't know about Bo-Katan, maybe. Mando, though, Boba Fett, and Fennec Shand. So that's really cool. I can't wait to see them walking around. I love that they're kind of dipping into other aspects of Star Wars at Galaxy's Edge now. And I hope they continue to do that. Along with that as well, perfect time to put it in here. You guys can vote for the next saber that's going to be at Galaxy's Edge too. They already had done this once, and the saber that had won was Cal Kestis's, which is my favorite Star Wars hilt. So I had definitely voted for Cal Kestis's last time, but there are new sabers that you can vote for, some of which include Quinlan Voss, which his saber is pretty cool. And then my 3 favorite from the list, and this is just my opinion. You guys vote for whatever saber you think is the coolest, and Tim, you're the GOAT, you don't have to do it, but if you find that, I can even find it too. There's a link to it that I'll find here in a second, that basically you guys can vote for it. Whichever saber you guys think is the coolest, I definitely think you should vote for it. My favorite was the Kanan Jarrus saber. I had to vote for that one. But the 2 other ones that I absolutely loved were the Depa Billaba hilt. That one looks sick. And then the one I almost voted for was Sifo Dyas. Sifo Dyas' saber looks really, really cool. I mean, Sifo Dyas is a super important character, and I think we're going to see him maybe in the Tales of the Jedi show. So if you guys want to check that out, Tim just put it into the link, and the link in the description. Shout out to you, Tim. You're the GOAT. But go vote. Go vote for your sabers, whichever one you want to see, and maybe I'll pick it up the next time that I'm at Galaxy's Edge when it comes out. Ollie, we definitely got to do some type of collab at some point. You know what I mean, my guy? Really hope they do a Legacy Starkiller saber. Bro! Oh my goodness, they should definitely do that. They should definitely do that. I'm kind of regretting my decision of the Cal Kestis vote, but I really am not, because it's my favorite hilt. But I wanted them, at that time they had the Ezra Bridger seasons 3 and 4 green saber, and I should have voted for that, man. That's such a cool saber. Always go vote though, not for sabers. Yeah, if you have the opportunity to vote and you want to have your voice heard, definitely always go vote. I mean, even in our little polls, you know what I mean? Did Lucasfilm over deliver or under deliver? 69% of you guys said over. Oh yeah. I think they over delivered, or at least delivered the perfect amount. So I definitely agree with you guys on that one. 69. Voted for Kanan, but I love Quinlan. Hope we see him pop up in Kenobi. That would be dope if we saw Quinlan Voss pop up in Kenobi. I don't think we will, but it would be definitely dope. Dawn says Ashley has a full-time Disney job. She's pretty much the face of D23. That's amazing. I know she does her universe brand, which is awesome too. I think it's been around for about a decade, which it's amazing that she's part of that, and as big as part of Disney as she is, because she really is. I love that they're bringing Ashley back to voice Ahsoka in the Tales of the Jedi thing. It's amazing. Alan Copeland, welcome into the chat. It is good to see you, my friend. Albo M says, I've never been more hyped than when Hayden said, this is where the fun begins. Yes, so for those of you guys that didn't see, there is a live stream of that from the Star Wars Live stage at Celebration, where Ewan and Hayden were up on the stage, and at one point, Hayden says, they asked, what can we expect for tonight? And, with the episode dropping and everything, before it comes out, is there anything you want to say? And Hayden goes, this is where the fun begins. And the crowd just lost it. I mean, I was on the other side of the room. I was getting hyped. I barely heard what he said, but I was like, yeah. I was like listening in from my girl's phone while they were on stage talking. I'm watching the live stream listening. And he said it, and it was hyped. And like everyone around me in line, they're like, what did he say? I was like, this is where the fun begins. We laughed. It was amazing. And that was one of the coolest parts of Celebration, just waiting in line and talking to other fans, just getting their perspective, talking to them about Obi-Wan, the different things coming out. It was awesome, man. It was really awesome. More Ahsoka. Woohoo! She's voicing Ahsoka again. Do it. Yash and Ollie are super smart. They know who to vote for. Voted for Kanan, but yeah. I voted for Kanan too. Let's get it going though. I'm gonna get back into my notes. We're gonna close this stream out here soon, but the end of Celebration also had Star Wars Visions coming back for Volume 2, which was really cool to see also. That's going to be streaming in the spring of 2023. Like we talked about all stream, man. There's so much content coming, and it was cool to see they had a red logo for Visions this time instead of the blue for the first kind of season for it. I think there's going to be some stories that are continue on in the second season and some stories that are completely new. And again, these stories are likely not going to be canon, but it is such a fun thing to do. It's so fun to have Star Wars and anime blended together and be able to tell us some stories that are really cool and don't necessarily have to follow the guidelines of canon. Super excited for Star Wars Visions Volume 2, but let me know what you guys think of that and everything that we kind of covered here today about Star Wars Celebration. If I missed anything, put it into the chat, but I think I covered the most of it. I'm super excited for everything. Let me know what you guys are most excited for, because for me, I think the most hyped thing coming out of this is Tales of the Jedi and what we got in terms of that coming out in just probably a few months. Within the next 6 months, we could probably expect that show. And it's super man. I'm so excited to be a Star Wars fan and to be part of this fandom and to just feel the love again of Star Wars as everybody's, super hyped with Kenobi and all the news. It's just so cool. I mean, I even posted on Twitter yesterday, driving home from Celebration. I'm stressing out because my service engine light came on or whatever, and usually that's not a big deal, but you don't know what it means, so I'm stressing out. My girlfriend and I stop at Starbucks to get a coffee to calm me down a little bit. And we're wearing our Star Wars gear still, so I'm wearing this cool Mando shirt. My girlfriend's wearing her Star Wars shirt, and as we walk in there and start to order, the dude at Starbucks goes, I love your guys' shirts. Just as soon as somebody opens the door to a conversation about Star Wars, your boy is right there. But it was cool because the Starbucks employee just goes on a 5-minute rant talking to me about Kenobi. He's talking to me about Kenobi. He goes, oh, was I the only one that was like, what the heck, Obi-Wan? Like, he seems so he's trying to find the words. He's like, he seems so different or down. And I'm like, he seems hopeless, huh? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, he's supposed to, I think. I think this show is going to be about Obi-Wan finding his hope again. And it was just cool to see a wild Star Wars fan getting super hyped about Kenobi, and it's awesome. I love how excited the fandom is. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think I covered pretty much everything. Again, just a recap, there were some trailers for Andor, Jedi Survivor, and The Bad Batch, and then there was footage shown for the Ahsoka show, The Mandalorian Season 3, Tales of the Jedi, and of course Kenobi's Episode 1 and 2 were premiered early as well. Paul Krell, good to see you in the chat, even though the message was retracted. He says, rest in peace, Andor. It isn't on the thumbnail. Oh my god, I just realized that. I'm trying to make sure that I put everything into the thumbnail. I didn't. I missed it. But yeah, it's super exciting, man. I'm excited for Andor. We watched the trailer a little bit ago. Again, that if there's two things that I'm like forgetting about at the end of this weekend, it's probably Andor, unfortunately, and Young Jedi Adventures, just because like they kind of went under the radar compared to my hype for everything else, and I missed a lot of different stuff, so it was hard to keep up. But you're right, Punkrell, I missed Andor. I did. More Star Wars! Woohoo! Let's go. Always happy to get more Star Wars. Steve says, who's your favorite person to meet up with? Whoo, man. So if you're talking like actors and people, I mean, my favorite person to meet up with was probably Star Wars Obsession, which, I mean, like, the dude did a big stream to help me get over 1,000 subscribers. He hooked it up with the hotel room, and he's just such a great friend. Like, in terms of genuine people, like, everybody in this community is generally a super nice, outgoing person. In my opinion, I think you guys are the absolute best. And Star Wars Obsession is just such a great dude to be a leader in this community, and to just what he did, man. He's such a nice guy, such a great dude. So in terms of meeting people, that was probably my favorite person to meet. But in terms of interactions with the celebrities and you know, the people that have been in Star Wars, I think my favorite people to meet there were probably Daniel Logan and Ashley Eckstein. I haven't shared my Daniel Logan story really, but I'm a huge Daniel Logan simp. For those of you guys that have been watching the channel since the beginning, I've been campaigning for Star Wars to bring Daniel Logan back, to put him in the Bad Batch, put him in the Book of Boba Fett. There was a time period during the Bad Batch where I'm doing it again now, where I would post on pretty much anything Daniel Logan posted. I was putting out hashtag put Daniel Logan in the Bad Batch, hashtag put Daniel Logan in the Book of Boba Fett. And so I was supposed to get a signing with him on Sunday, and I didn't want to miss the Bad Batch panel, so I went and changed my Sunday signing with him to Saturday afternoon. And I left my Boba Fett pop in my hotel room, so I didn't really have time to go back up and get it. So what I ended up doing is spending way too much for an overpriced, or way too much for a pop. Let me get it down for you guys. So this is a really cool pop because it's a metallic boba that's basically in a clear glass case. And I probably spent $30 more than I should have on it, but that's okay with me because it was well worth the experience of meeting Daniel Logan and getting him to sign it. So here it is, and you can see there that he actually left a little bit of room for Tamara Morrison to sign as well. And honestly, that was one of the coolest moments, was meeting Daniel Logan finally. And basically I told him, you know, it was hilarious. So I'm dressed up as the Inquisitor still, or Cal Kestis Inquisitor, and my girlfriend's dressed up as the second sister, and we go up and, you know, nice to meet you, Daniel, kind of a thing. And he tells my girlfriend, he's like, you know, you look familiar. Have I ever met you? Or have I ever met you? And both of us are kind of like, no, you probably haven't. And then I tell him, I was like, well, you know, the two of us have kind of met online, like interacted at least. And I told him, you know, I'm Vader's Lair, or I'm Sheev the... I probably should have told him Sheev the Wise, because that's my Twitter like name on there. But I told him, you know, I'm Vader's Lair. For a while I was really campaigning and putting out hashtag put Daniel Logan in the Book of Boba, hashtag put Daniel Logan in the Bad Batch. I was like, you know, I was super excited they brought you back for the Lego game. And I think that's when I kind of like realized, like, oh my god, I think I do know this dude from Twitter, because like I could tell in his face he's like, it maybe clicked. I don't know if it did for him exactly, but I think it did. And he just said, you know, thank you so much for your support. Like, you know, and when I talked about how much it meant to me and how much I loved him, and, you know, it was so cool that they brought him back for the Lego game. You know, I could tell he's getting maybe a little emotional too. So it was just so cool to have Daniel there. I loved how much love he was given. He and Tamara were like the highlights of the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. You know, they had the two of them in there, and they were just making jokes the entire time. Tamara was riding like a bantha at one point, and the two of them are absolutely hysterical, and I love that they play Boba Fett, and they're just such lovable dudes and great guys to the fandom. It was really interesting because Saturday that day, part of the reason was like so much chaos at Celebration, but the two of them were getting thrown around everywhere. Tamura Morrison was supposed to be doing these duo photo ops with him and Daniel Logan, and he was on the Mando Plus stage, and like people didn't really know that because it's supposed, they keep everything super secret and everything. So that's why he ended up not being there for most of the duo photos and everything. So then, him and Daniel talked, and they ended up doing an extra day on Sunday to do more duo photos with people, and it was so cool, though. I'm already checking out TripAdvisor. Do it! Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it was well worth it, man. Black ABJ, welcome into the chat, man. He says, "No, I'll be back soon. Not much longer." Obsession is a great dude, and it's great to see you in the chat, ABJ. Much love to you, my brother. Vader's Lair, man. It's uncanny how much Daniel looks like a young Tim Morrison. He needs to play live action character in Star Wars now. Dude, okay, so that's part of the thing I said to him. Maybe I shouldn't have said this because I don't know how it feels to be told this, but when I was telling him my whole rant and everything, I told him, it kind of gets to me, or like, I see people on Twitter and different things, which of course those can be in negative space, and I told him, I see people say Daniel Logan shouldn't play Boba, or like, he's not Tem, is really what I kind of, I see stuff like that on Twitter, and I see so many people saying that Daniel Logan shouldn't play Boba. He sounds nothing like him. He doesn't look like him. And I'm like, I even told him, I'm like, bro, you could easily be Tim. Like, you could easily play Boba. I think you're perfect for it. Even now, like, I want to see it. I want more. And I'm a campaign super heavy to get him in the Bad Batch because I think they need to bring Daniel Logan back. I think that would be the perfect place to do it. And it would mean a lot to me, and I know it would mean a lot to Daniel too. You know what I mean? That's so cool that they found a way to do the photo op. It is. The two of them are awesome. So that kind of covers the most of it, though. And that was, the Ashley thing and the Daniel Logan thing were probably the coolest meetups that I had in terms of with celebrities and whatnot. I did have a quick little photo op with Chief Palpatine with Ian McDiarmid, which was really cool. I said, do it, and he got a little smile out of that. I mean, the photo ops happen so quick. There's so many different people trying to get photos with them. You kind of go in there, you take one photo. If it didn't come out right, they take another one, and then you leave. And they rush out so the next people can come in. So I didn't really get too much time to talk to Ian, but I made sure to get a do it in there, and he definitely smiled a little bit. It was right before the photo too. They say cheese, but I had to do it. Ian is great. It was dope to see his panel too. I didn't get to see Hayden. I did not get to see Hayden. Him and Ewan was doing signings, but Ewan's signings were like $300 and they sold out instantly. So I didn't get a chance. No, I didn't get a chance to tell Ian. I'm sheep. I wish. But again, I went to his little panel that he had, because there was literally an audience with the Emperor panel. And one of the funniest things that he said was at one point, the lady interviewed him, asking him if he thought the Emperor ate desserts. And I actually know for a fact that Palpatine loves coffee. But Ian McDiarmid made a hilarious joke. He goes, desserts? Who? Palpatine? And he goes, oh no. He eats Ewoks. He eats Ewoks, and it was hilarious. Gotta be careful. Rule of two. You're not wrong. You're not wrong there. I'm stepping in. I'm gonna get killed by him. You know what I mean? Glad you had fun, bud, and thanks for bringing us all this content. Hey, I appreciate it, Steve. I'm glad you guys allow me the outlet to bring this content to you. You know what I mean? I'm just a positive Star Wars fan, just like you guys, and I want to be able to share my voice in the fandom and just enjoy Star Wars the way it's meant to be enjoyed. And I'm glad you guys come here and find that content worthy of watching. You know what I mean? I appreciate all you guys, for real. He and Maul are at Washington summer of end of June. Ooh, that's dope. I love Sam Witwer. Dr. J24 Gaming says, is the Lando show still happening? I'd love to see more Donald Glover in Star Wars. Me too. This is tough because honestly, I haven't been keeping up with too many of the reports since Celebration started. So honestly, I can't give you a for sure answer on whether or not it's canceled or not. I will tell you this. I trust the Making Star Wars show with their reports. He's been a very reliable scooper. And I believe earlier today he did a stream talking about how the Lando show was canceled. At least that was in the title. I didn't watch the stream yet. I've been too busy today. I was dealing with some car stuff and, you know, did some other stuff today, but I think it might be. I think the Lando show could be canceled. I hope not. Yeah, to Ollie's point, he says Dr. JKK said that they're still in talks with Donald and Variety Fair, I think. And I think recently he was even on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and Jimmy Kimmel had asked him, you know, I heard you're doing the Lando show soon or something like that. So, I mean, hopefully we still get it. I personally would love to see more of Donald Glover in Star Wars 2. I don't know for sure, but I would love it if we did. We need more positive Star Wars content creators like you, Sheev. There are Star Wars fans starving for that. I appreciate that, Callisto. I know, you know, this community, like I said, is the absolute best and such a positive, you know, base in the fandom. So Tim says, well, they didn't officially cancel it yet, but there's probably not much movement on it right now. I think that's what we can really take out of it, Tim. So shout out for saying that in the chat, because really, like, I cannot confirm whether or not it's canceled or not, but I will say at the moment it's quiet and they're focused on a lot of other stuff right now, which honestly isn't the end of the world. I do want to see more of him at some point, and I really hope that they could still find a way to make Solo 2 happen, even if Kathy kind of was poo-pooing on Alden or something the other day, you know what I mean? But I'm really, really hoping that they do bring him back. I think they will. I hope so. KK threw Daniel under the bus? Daniel Logan? Or I think you're talking about Alden. Mash that like button, guys. I appreciate everybody in the chat. I think I'm gonna get out of here and get the next stream ready to go because it's already 4:42 and we've been going for almost an hour and 40 minutes. It has been a blast hanging out with you guys, recapping Star Wars Celebration. I had such a fun time. So cool to interact with as many Star Wars fans that were there. It was almost overwhelming at times, but such a great experience. I'm really happy that I went. Shout out again to Tim for being able to get me those 4-day passes, and the biggest shout outs to him and Obsession, you know what I mean? Thank you guys for hanging out in the chat. Thank you for all the love with the super chats. So wild that we're here and being able to do that, and we're officially monetized now. You know, watch them ads, smash that like button. Thank you all for being here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will see you in a little bit as we're gonna get another stream rolling here pretty soon. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day if you're not gonna check out that stream later, and may the force be with you always. Peace out, guys. Daniel's name out your effing mouth. Steve, that's funny, man. That's kind of how it is, though. You know what I mean? Don't talk down on my boy Daniel. You gonna get Palpatined. Unlimited slaps.